This budget can be called as capital expenditure budget. Generally, because of this budget, infrastructure increases, employment increases, business keeps growing, flow of money increases in markets, and so stock markets increase too. When I prepared this video, I have kept aside my emotions and political views. I request you also to please watch this video, keeping aside your emotions and political views. Only then can you understand this budget in the way big investors understand. Okay, once if we check the main number of this budget, 4.12 lakhs crores capital expenditure, which is planned initially, has been revised to 5.54 lakhs crore. This one number is enough to talk about this budget. Okay, to talk about this budget, it will take hours and hours. Actually, we will know more about this budget only when we read and understand the full document and full details. As someone said, devil lies in the details. But the basic approach and basic understanding can be done now, and that is this video. This video explains you the basics of this budget from a stock market point of view. Hi viewers, welcome to the world of Get Trading. No matter how much we think to see the budget in stock market view, it won't be good if we don't talk about personal taxes. So first, let's discuss about personal taxes. There are no changes in the personal tax slab. It's the same as the previous financial year. The option of filling taxes with the present slab rate or the previous ones is still there. One good move in this budget is filing IT returns is much more easier now, like pre-filled tax forms, faceless compliances, etc. Tax filing has become more convenient to the citizens now. Okay. Secondly, LTCG, that is long-term capital gains tax, STCG, that is short-term capital gains tax, have also not changed. We will post a clear video on these taxes before March, so don't worry. Next, senior citizens with age 75 or more who only receive pensions or interest from FD need not file any IT returns from now. Banks who pay them will deduct from their end. But if these super senior citizens receive additional incomes like rental incomes, agriculture incomes, etc., then ITR must be filed. Next, Employee Provident Fund. If the PF contribution is more than 2.5 lakhs yearly from the employee side, then tax is to be paid on the interest which comes from the contribution. This interest is added to your income and the total slab which is obtained on that will be taxable. I hope you understand. Actually, few employees keep a lot of EPF, thinking it as a saving and a way to exempt from tax. So, maybe government wants to increase liquidity in markets by making more people spend. Next, affordable housing loans. Affordable housing means houses whose value is less than 45 lakhs. Additional 1.5 lakhs tax exemption on the interest paid on these type of loans is extended till March 2022. Next, there are no changes in the short-term or long-term gains tax which come from mutual funds or stock markets or in fact any investment. As said before, we will for sure make a video on these taxes. Okay, a little change which happens now is for ULIP, Unit Linked Insurance Plans. ULIP is nothing but the regular insurance plans we keep which covers us insurance and acts as a saving scheme too. Now, if total premium paid to these types of ULIPs exceeds 2.5 lakhs per year, The maturity amount you get is charged with capital gains tax, same like gains tax from mutual funds and equity. As said, government is in the plan to increase liquidity in market rather than people just saving with them. Okay, going back to macro view, this budget is a growth oriented budget. We are telling this according to the funds allocated in the budget. Let us see those allocations. From here, we will also let you know the individual stocks which may benefit from these allocations. These are not purely investment calls. Check for good entry prices. Okay, first allocation to railways. 1.1 lakh crore is allocated in the railways. Major portion is for capital expenditure like converting it into broad gauge rail tracks, electrification of maximum tracks, enhancing passenger coaches to promote tourism, etc. There is a chance for boost of companies related to railways and its infrastructure such as NCC, BEML, KEC International, etc. Also, from this 1.1 lakh crore investment, we get so many jobs, so much work will be going on, and thus so many laborers will get to work. Next, infrastructure. Mainly for roads and highways, 1.18 lakh crores has been allocated. L&T, KNR, PNC Infratech, like infrastructure related companies, have a good chance to boost their numbers. Next, public transport. To encourage public transport to purchase buses to start metro in 16 new cities, 18,000 crores has been allocated. Ashok Leyland, Eicher Motors, etc. will have a good chunk in this. Next, government is planning to launch 7 mega investment textile parks in the next 3 years. Investments will come, employments will be increasing, consumptions will increase, a good ecosystem will be developed. Now, let's talk about other things too. For the post-COVID world, the most important thing is healthcare. Government said they will upgrade the health systems, and to do it, government allocated 64,000 crores. 35,000 crore is being allocated for COVID vaccination. Pharma companies like Torrent Pharma, Cipla, and COVID vaccine related companies like Candela, Dr. Reddy's, and most importantly, hospitals like Apollo Hospitals may have a chance to get good boost. Next, water and sanitization. They are allocating considerable amount for projects like Jal Jeevan Mission and Urban Swachh Bharat Mission. Okay, now if we come to the budget impact on some sectors. First, banking sector. For PSU banks, 20,000 crores has been allocated for recapitalization. In that, SBI will get more chunk. So, good for SBI. 2 PSU banks will be privatized, they said. Important news is government is setting up a company called Asset Reconstruction and Management. Now, what is Asset Reconstruction and Management Company? Banks have NPAs, which is obvious. Now, properties which are kept as collateral for these loans are taken by this company, managed well, that is, maintained well, and then sold back when the price increases. The amount received will be given back to the bank. How much portion of amount will be received by bank and all details will be released soon. Anyways, due to this, banks with stressed balance sheet, in fact, even for NBFCs, this is a good move. On top of that, government is planning to introduce bad bank. This bad bank will try to recover the loans in different manners. These all moves are definitely good for banks, particularly good for banks and NBFCs who have stressed balance sheet. Next, auto sector. As said before, due to highways, roads, constructions, obviously demand increases for this auto sector. On top of that, government has introduced scrappage policy. According to this policy, commercial vehicles more than 15 years of usage must be scrapped and consumer vehicles with more than 20 years of usage must be scrapped too. That is, should not be used anymore and their registrations will also not be extended. That means new vehicles will be bought. Definitely, Ashok Leyland, Escorts, Aisha Motors, in fact, many more consumer vehicle companies will get a good boost. This scrappage policy's complete details will come out in 10 to 15 days. We will then get full clarity. Anyways, in the same way, auto-related companies like tire companies, etc., will also get a good boost. Next, aquaculture. Prawn feed custom duty is made 15% from 5%. So, domestic prawn feed companies like Avanti Feeds will get good boost. Also, government is encouraging fisheries by providing some fish harbors, etc. Next, agriculture. Government has increased MSP of some food items. Seed companies like Kaveri Seeds will get a good boost. Next, insurance sector. In this sector, FDI limit, that is foreign direct investment limit, has been increased from 49% to 74%. Also, the taxation FDI pays on dividend has also been decreased. So, there will be more foreign participation. Insurance sector will grow aggressively. On top of that, in the post-COVID world, health, etc., insurance demand will obviously increase. So, insurance companies like HDFC Life, ICICI Prudential, ICICI Lombard will get a boost. Government is even thinking of privatizing some general insurance companies. Think once. Due to increase in demand, insurance companies get money in terms of policies. Where do they keep this money? Obviously in bonds and stock markets. So, liquidity increases in stock markets. Too. Our ecosystem will definitely be created, isn't it? Next, steel and cement sector. Steel sector had some problems with this budget. Domestic steel sector is happy with the demand it gets, but government has reduced custom duties on steel and so cheap international steel will come inside. Tough competition for domestic steel manufacturers. But cement sector, it will definitely get some boost. Highways, roads, projects, housing, etc. will definitely increase the demand of cement. Very good for cement companies. Cigarettes. Market expected some new sales on cigarettes, but no new sales. So, no negative news has become positive for it. So, ITC and VST has nothing new for investors to worry. One more important step by government is PLI, Production Linked Incentives. This is also being called as Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is a game changer for India. Due to this, manufacturing capacities will increase, due to which employment increases. Due to this, liquidity increases and is good sign for economy and markets. If we decode the recent labor laws, farm laws, PLI schemes and then this budget, We can say that India's future is in good shape. We will make a separate video on this PLI soon. Okay, moving on. City gas distribution is being expanded to 100 new cities. In the same way, some gas lines are privatized which supply this gas. When spoken about privatization, actually, this is an important tool for the government to raise money. For this, 5.4 lakhs crore expenditure, 1.7 lakh crore is estimated to come only from this investment. Government is planning to privatize few of its PSUs. This viewers is basic explanation on 2021 Union Budget in stock market point of view. If you like this video, please click on like, share and do comment. Please consider opening your Free Fires account through us. Have a happy, safe, profitable trading and investment.